right. Good morning. Here we are, May 31st. The first update I guess I did was in early May, so here we are at the very end of May, and Jesus, this thing has really grown. I'm actually completely blown away at how well it's doing, especially considering that most of this was just completely thrown together, aside from a few beds that were already established. I don't know if I said this in the earlier video, but I was unsure if I would even still be in this house come this time this year. So I didn't really plan any of this. I know a lot of people are very obsessive and they plan accordingly. I should, and I know that. But I guess I've just gotten to the point where I feel like I'm a good enough gardener that I can just throw shit in the ground and it sticks. And, you know, lo and behold, look at me. So anyway, as we see here, right ahead of me, this is the little wildflower asparagus patch. I have a zucchini here that's actually not doing that well. So I'm going to go ahead and try to clear out the wildflowers around it and maybe hit it with a little fish emulsion fertilizer and just see if I can get that to grow a bit more. The nasturtiums in here, as you can see, these little lily pad looking guys are doing great. They'll totally spread over. The asparagus, I actually cut down a good bit of it. The stalks grew huge and then they just fell over everything. So, you know, I figured I'd rather have the wildflowers than just a few random spindly asparagus hanging everywhere. This large plant here is the borage that I had in my last video. You can see the little flowers that are starting to bud there. I'm super excited to see what this thing looks like. Garlic. My garlic has actually developed scapes. I need to take these off. The scapes, for those who don't know, turn into flowers, and they say that it zaps energy from the bulb, creating slightly smaller bulbs. I'm not really sure how true that is, but just to be safe, I'm going to take them off, and you can eat the scapes, kind of like a scallion, so they're super good. The kale here is finally completely gone to seed. It's putting out, looks like 0 flowers now, and you know, you got all these pods, so I'm gonna go ahead and let those dry for maybe a couple more weeks until they're completely dry. Hopefully I'll have a shed by then and I can hang them up upside down, and then I can save the seed, and I'll probably end up just sending you guys some of the seed if you want, because I really love this kale. Here, things have kind of gotten overgrown. We still have the arugula flowers. They don't seem to be stopping anytime soon. Mizuna mustard here, flowering also, but the mustard is still harvestable. Plenty of cilantro and onions here. More onions. The peas are doing great. They're putting out plenty of pods. I'm just waiting for them to get a little bit thicker so I can harvest those. And somehow buried in here are tomato plants that are still doing actually quite well. So I think in the next couple weeks, because I know we've had some monumental rain lately, I'm probably going to go ahead, wait for these peas to finish what they're doing, and then I'll cut back the plants and mulch with the peas so that the tomatoes can take over. Because I care about my tomatoes more than I care about my peas, if I had to choose. You can see some carrots right in the back here between the what should be tomatoes and the giant zucchini. So I'm going to let those go. I've actually never grown carrots in the spring. I always grow them in the fall, so maybe I'm stupid for that. The radish is finally flowering, which is awesome. I'm looking to harvest some of those seeds. You could see the potato mixed in here, and the potato actually may be doing worse because of the radish, so I may need to thin out these radish, because it looks like the potato, I can't tell if it's potato or radish that's getting the holes in the leaves. You know, like I said, this bed was an experiment. So this other one on the right here, you can barely even tell that there's rows. This one on the right here, the potatoes are doing quite well. They've filled out. They're doing great. They'll probably be able to harvest here pretty soon. My 3 sisters are doing incredibly. I mean, this is, you know, the rule with corn is knee high by the 4th of July. Some of these are past my hip, and it's the end of May. So I'm going to have some corn. You can see here my pumpkin is getting actually way taller than I thought. So the pumpkin's getting way taller. You can see my beans in here. These beans were actually an heirloom variety given from a friend. So I don't know what they are. So that's all, you know, part of the experiment garden here. Some chard finally coming up. My zinnias never actually bloomed, or what's the word I'm looking for? Germinated. I have no idea why. So maybe I had bad seed. I'm not really sure. I may find just a little plant to tuck in here, because it kills me that that area is bare. Even though it'll probably get completely overrun with pumpkins, it still kills me. Over here, huge zucchinis. Absolutely massive zucchinis with some dill desperately trying to poke through. You know, this comes down to, one, I didn't space them well enough. The zucchinis I spaced just fine, but the dill that was supposed to be in between was not spaced well enough and is now, you know, fighting for its life, basically. I like dill, but I'm not that crazy about it. So, you know, I may even make a dill butter, put it in the freezer, and then I just have it whenever I need it. These tomatoes here, my purple basil, are doing great. You know, basil and tomatoes are supposed to be a great companion plant, or companion planting. So you can even see some alyssum flowers back here. That's just for pollinators and because I like alyssum. You can see some more carrots here, really tiny guys. The strawberries have pretty much done their job here, and they're just growing now. You know, I've harvested a handful of berries, but I also moved these plants this year, so they didn't fruit an insane amount. Oh, hey, look. There's a fucking squirrel in here. There is a goddamn squirrel in here just eating his little heart's content on my fava beans. So, now the question is... Oh, no, he's eating a strawberry. My bad. Look at that bitch. Look at that fucking squirrel. He doesn't even care that I'm here. Jesus. Oh, there he goes. Bye, bud. So the fava beans have done their job. You know, they're pretty much dying. It's getting warmer. I'm actually surprised I made it this far. I mostly use them for the nitrogen fixing quality. So I'm letting the pods just kind of come fully to maturity, as opposed to getting them when they're a little more tender and edible. So I'm just going to let those dry on there. I'll harvest the pod, and I'll mulch with the plant. Look at these fucking sunflower. Massive. Absolutely massive. And these were transplants. So I guess that disproves my theory that sunflower doesn't transplant well, because these guys are doing great. More dill here, which will probably also be overcrowded. I didn't plan very well for the dill. Sorrel, doing amazing. Some beans. I believe these were just white beans, like navy beans. More sunflower. More chard. Plenty of little sweet potato slips, finally starting to fill out and adapt to the soil conditions. You know, I got a pepper here and a pepper there. So, we'll see. One's a jalapeno, one's a chili. And it looks like we're coming to the end of the bed here. I know I've rambled on quite a bit. Just one last thing is I have some amaranth here. Just cool little amaranths. I just love the way they look, even if I don't harvest the seed properly. And that's it. And you can see, let's just do another quick walk over here of my raised bed that I posted. This was also way more of an experiment than my other bed. So the raised bed here, corn, sunflowers, what a jungle. There's some carrot that I'm just gonna see if it'll go to seed so I can harvest it. I really hope I can. Looks like some marigolds popping up, more beans, plenty of amaranth, like a sea of amaranth on this side, sweet potatoes. I have some melon that I had to plant. This is actually cantaloupe. My watermelon died, so RIP in peace. Anyway, that's the garden. That's what I'm growing, and I will see you guys next time.